I know this is going to sound crazy. And I don't really want to turn my back, but I just saw a cougar running right there. They're pretty wily critters. And geez, I just saw its backside for like a second. I heard a rustle. Oh man. A little freaked out now. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Landscape Photography Behind the Scenes. I'm Jack, and that is the face of somebody who does not know they are recording their entire intro in time-lapse mode. Yep. But it's not a big deal, because it gives me an opportunity to redo the intro in my basement here, and to give a little bit of context to this video. So this is a special episode for a number of reasons. First of all, I filmed this on December 21st, which a lot of you will know as Winter Solstice. And on Winter Solstice, it is the shortest day of the year. I did the math. In my area, there's only 8 hours of daylight on Winter Solstice. The sun rises around 8:30 and sets around 4:30. So I thought, what better way to spend Winter Solstice than to go out with my camera, hike around some old growth forest, and try to accomplish a sunrise and a sunset photo shoot in the same day. Now, that is an achievable feat. It didn't quite work out for me in this episode, which you'll see later, but judging by the thumbnail and the intro, you probably have an idea as to why. And no, that's not just clickbait. I did actually have my first wild cougar encounter, which you'll see later in the video. Spoiler alert, I did not get it on camera. It happened in the blink of an eye, and I was left standing there wondering if I had seen anything at all. I mean, not really. I knew what I had seen, but there's a brief moment where you think to yourself, am I crazy? Anyway, so for those two reasons, this is a special episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye. You can see behind me, the sun is starting to rise, and I'm just waiting for this whole scene to become lit up. And I don't know what's going to look the best, but if you find something cool like this tree, my suggestion is you just hang around for a couple hours and just shoot as the light develops. You could do it sunrise or sunset, kind of that golden hour time. That's your best bet to get some really good images. So that's what I'm going to do, is just hang around here and wait for this grass to light up, and I think that's going to make it really cool. We'll see. All right, as you can see, the sun is pretty much up, and I'm done shooting at this location now. That was a beautiful morning. It's really cool to spend time with the tree like this one and try to compose it into a cool image. I'm not sure how well it turned out, really. I found it to be tricky, actually, just with the light and everything, so we'll see how it turns out. If you guys are new to the channel, I post my pictures at the end, so you can skip to the end if you want to see them, or just keep watching, and yeah, do it that way. All right, peace. So this is an example of one of those ancient trees now unfortunately deceased, but as you can tell by the trunk of this thing, it is enormous. And I would not be surprised if at the time that it died, it was well over 1,000 years old, which is insane to think about. What that tree must have experienced in its lifetime, hey? Unreal. I just think that's so cool that you can stumble across a tree that has potentially been living for centuries or millennia. Just wild. Whoa. So you might be wondering to yourself, why is this guy so infatuated with these wind-blown trees? There's a very good reason for that. Aside from them being beautiful to look at, I also love the metaphor for resiliency. And that doesn't just apply to trees, that applies to all life. All life has some degree of resiliency. Whether you're injured, whether you are missing a limb or missing vision or missing hearing, those people are really resilient. And to be able to just live with the hand of cards that you're dealt is one of life's greatest callings, you know, to just be okay with being okay and being alive. That's something that every person should try to figure out on their own, because at one point our health is going to deteriorate. At one point you could become injured, and life changes after moments like that. So when I see these trees that are hundreds of years old, or maybe even thousands of years old, that are gnarly, windblown, maybe even struck by lightning and completely topped over with one branch, still with life in it. And life carries on. It's almost sticky in that sense. Even in the worst circumstances, life kind of sticks around. It's really interesting. I don't fully understand it, but I know when I see these trees, there's just a sense of awe in me that is triggered, and I find them so beautiful, and I can't help but find life so beautiful when I look at them. And yeah, it's really good for me to be out here and see that. Anyway, we're almost back to the car. As you can see, it's getting a little cloudy. I still have high hopes that sunset's going to be happening. Still planning on it. I don't know where I'm going to be come sunset, but it's happening, so we're gonna be there. All right, guys, we're at the next location for the day. It's about 3 o'clock. Sunset is due to happen around 4:30, give or take. I'm giving it, a medium likelihood that anything's going to happen. But I'm going to go snoop around for a subject over here, see if we can find another tree. Let's go. So I'm up here hanging out with my buddy, the pine, and I'm trying to work it, trying to do different angles. I don't know, it's just something's not working out. And I think it's just because the light is so flat. The camera shows behind me, it looks pretty good. Actually, it looks better over in this direction, so I might switch it up and try to shoot that way. I'm not sure, but over this way we have the mountains, which I really wanted to get into the frame. But as you can see, the sun just went right behind there, and I don't know if that's it. I'm gonna hang out a little bit longer, but I don't know. I really don't expect much. I know this is going to sound crazy. And I don't really want to turn my back, but I just saw a cougar running right there. Right over this ridge. Away from me. But they're pretty wily critters. And I just saw its backside for like a second. I heard a rustle. Oh man. I'm a little freaked out now. I don't know if I am going to be staying for see if this pans out or not. I think it's maybe wise to get a wiggle on here. Really bummed I didn't get that on camera. Okay, I'm packing up. Anyway, if you guys made it this far, we're hoping for sunset, I think I'm going to peace. But anyway, there'll be a next time. So to those who have watched this far, thank you so much. Peace. Who would have thought a dang cougar was going to put the kibosh on my solstice photography day of fun? Yeah, somewhere up there. But this being Alberta, I mean, you can run into all sorts of critters at any time of year, so good thing I brought my bear spray. I don't feel too worried about it. I mean, I'm guessing I scared that cougar off somehow. I mean, they tend to know you're there before you know they're there. They're wily buggers, so yeah. Just don't turn your back on where you think they might be. They got a way of sneaking up. And it's weird too. I thought about filming it on my way up. I saw some paw prints in the snow and I was like, I wonder what those are. think now I have an idea. The pine Puma.